All right, how's it going? So I'm just going to make a quick video just talking about this little setup that I've got going on here, but also my thoughts on Workspaces, which is the main thing I want to talk about. So I'll talk about that in just a second. So I've just set up this little thing, which is kind of based on the video I made about a month or so ago. I think it's been a while, hasn't it? So I've got this drums and I've got this effects control here where I can, that's essentially the dry wet of the reverb, and then that's the filter. So you get this quite nice global control on the kit. Over here I've done a similar thing with these mallets. So I've got this mallets thing going on. And I suppose here it would be nice if I could show you all the notes at once like I was talking about. Whoops, just started a loop there. But yeah, essentially that's a D. I've color coded these, I think. So D, G, A sharp. Yeah, and then that's a G but an octave higher. That's an A sharp but an octave higher. And that's an octave higher. Oh, I seem to have missed out. Oh no, I haven't. Not quite sure what I've done there. But anyway, it just steps up like that. And then the bit in the middle is a little bit different. So you can kind of play something like this. So that's all well and good. Over here I've kind of set up a bass. That sort of thing. And then I've set up a pluck, which is not working because... Oh yeah, because I didn't have it armed. I had to add in these arm buttons because when I use the session record to overdub on the drums and stuff like that, I noticed that if you have something armed, it starts to overdub on all the tracks. Or something, I don't know, something weird like that. So anyway, like, I've got 4 instruments and that all works, right? So what I started to think was, well, I've put these launch controls next to the instrument themselves because that made sense. So I can start my drums like that, and then, because obviously I have to start the recording. But what I started to think was, well, maybe I need like another workspace with all my controls on it like this, so I can globally start stuff like this. You know, I can bring in drums like that, and I can change the effects of the mallets both at the same time. Everything's close to it, you know. Here's the pluck. So, you know, that all works, but what I started to notice was that if I'm, for example, I've got a few controls in here that I'll probably put in this global workspace as well. So like I've got a stop and a start. I've got a tap tempo. So if I tap that, it should, yeah, that's going to be really fast now. Let's turn it on. Ridiculous drum and bass track. I mean, that's a little bit faster than drum and bass. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like I've got controls like that I would quite like to, if I undo that, will it undo the tempo? No, for some reason. Why is that? Not sure. It should do. My undo button seems to have stopped working. That's very disappointing. I don't know why that is. What have I done to that? I don't know. Again, I'm going off piste. So what I was thinking was with the workspaces, that when I leave this workspace like this, so I'm looking at what I want to see. I always want to see this when I jump to it. If I then am in here and I'm messing around and I'm playing with something else, and then I come back to my global workspace, now I'm not facing the right way. And I guess all I need to do is remember that I need to focus back at that original point. But I wondered if maybe workspaces should always be fixed where you left them. So if you leave it looking there and you jump to workspace 1, would it not make sense if I move this over here now, if I come back to workspace 2, would it not make sense for it to be back in my central vision? Or do you think it makes more sense to always have this kind of global position? Which I don't know, I'm torn on it, because I suppose physically, if I make sure I'm always facing forwards, it makes sense for the workspace to be like that. And if I happen to be turned like that, obviously all I need to do is turn back to that home position. But maybe there could be a preference somewhere, because I do think in some cases it would be really useful to be able to jump straight to a workspace and have controls like this right there in your face, regardless of where you're looking. And that's what I was getting at, I guess. But I managed to take about 5 minutes to get to that point. So yeah, I welcome your thoughts, and cool. See you later.